I awake to the sounds of heavy breathing and whining. At first, I think it's my dog Pixie, but I'm wrong. I open my eyes and I see flashing lights and my eyes burn until they get used to the light. It takes me a couple of minutes to realize that I'd woken up in the woods. Why the hell would I wake up in the middle of the damn woods? My house is surrounded by them, but I never go outside after dark, and I don't drink at all, so I couldn't have gotten drunk. I lift my head and it hurts like hell. I can't move my neck. It's so sore. I lift my torso up and the rest of my back on my arms. I get lightheaded, so I just sit there until the dizziness goes away. I open my eyes again and see a black figure on the ground a few feet away from me. It's just laying there. I try to stand up, but I can't move my legs. I can't even feel my legs. They aren't asleep, though. Usually when your legs are just asleep, it feels all tingly, and it kind of hurts, too. I try to grab my shins and prop them up on my knees. I get both my legs to balance on my feet, but I still can't stand up. I try and try over and over again, but I can't do it. I begin to cry. I wake up again, and I have no idea what's going on. All I know is that I want to go home and be with my girlfriend. All I want. As I weep, it gets harder to breathe, and I start to make louder noises. And the black figure a few feet away from me moves. It looks like it's trying to get up, and it's struggling like I was. It gasps loudly and starts to sob and groan as well. I recognize the voice. It's my girlfriend. Anna? I ask. Anna, is that you? Where are we? Why are we out here? How did we get out here? She asks, barely able to talk through her tears. I don't know. I can't get up. I can't feel my legs. I think I'm paralyzed, I said, starting to cry more. She gets on her knees and crawls over to me. The flashing lights off in the distance make her visible every couple of seconds. I scream and cry uncontrollably when I see her. Anna! I yelled. Your face! Your neck! What? She yells back. What happened to you? I screamed. She has cut marks all over her face. One of her eyebrows is completely missing. She has cut marks on her cheek, forehead, and one going from her eye through her nose and lips into the tip of her chin. I can see her chin bone through the wound. There are cuts on her shoulders and collarbone. And after moving closer to put my arms around her, I see the most terrifying wound. Her neck has been cut and it's still gushing out blood. It looks like someone tried to kill us. You're badly hurt. We need to get to an ambulance, I yelled. She raised her hands to feel around my face, but it just makes matters worse. Her ring finger is missing. Her right index finger is missing. And her hands and arms are all cut up as well. She screams and keeps screaming until I start yelling at her to be quiet. We're never going to get out of here alive unless you calm down and think. She keeps on crying and gets closer to me just as I am about to put my arms around her. She jolts back and pushes me with her hands to push me away. What? I ask. You got blood on me. You're hurt too, she says. Where? I ask. Where am I hurt? She gets even closer to get a better look. She puts her hands up to her mouth and closes her eyes. She tries to say something, but it sounds mumbled because her hands are in the way. What did you say? I said. You're shot, she yells. Right in the head. I feel around my hair until I find the hole. She's right. I am shot. I could feel it on the side of my head. And also the other. But am I all cut up? I asked. She looks around my body and doesn't feel anything. I take my shirt off so that she can wrap it around her neck, and then suddenly, surge of cold air that hits my back feels like 1,000 needles. I tell her to look at my torso and back, As she searches my torso, she doesn't find anything, but as she looks at my back, she screams once again. "There's a huge hole in your back," she yells. "It's from top to bottom. Only half of your spine is there." "What the fuck?" I yelled. That explains why I couldn't move my legs before. Listen! We have to get out of here. So you need to calm down and listen to me. You need to drag me by my hands. I know you can do it. Let's go towards those lights. It might be a party or a tow truck picking up an abandoned car or something. "Okay," she says. I can do that." She grabs me by my shoulders and turns me over onto my stomach, and then grabs my left hand. I use my right hand to raise my upper body up off the ground, and I use my hand like a leg, or like how a monkey walks, so that I can get out of the woods faster. I look at our hands holding onto each other. I can feel the nub where her right finger used to be. It's bad timing. But I puke. I puke all over my right hand on the ground. She drags me through it, but I don't care. We're both covered in blood and sweat and now puke, but we'll survive this. I think to myself, we have to. The closer to the light that we get, the more we start to hear voices, the clearer they become. It's a party for sure, I think. I don't know what else it could be. We're almost there, Anna says. The lights are just a couple of blocks away. We're coming downhill, so it's easier to see the lights outside the tree line. It looks like there's a small clearing, so it had to be a road. "It's a tow truck," I say. "I knew it!" We both start becoming really excited. We go down the hill and we see it wasn't a tow truck, but a group of 4 cop cars and 2 ambulances. "Were they searching for us?" I ask excitedly. "I think so," Anna said. "Over here!" I yell. "Over here! We're Anna and Ryan!" I begin to run out of breath from crawling and screaming. I can't talk anymore. "Anna, you have to get their attention!" "Over here! We're coming! We're badly hurt!" Anna screams. We can see 4 police officers standing together talking, 2 with dogs, as we can see 2 more police officers putting down flares on the road to stop oncoming traffic from getting too close, and out of the trees onto the shoulder. Anna gets too excited and she lets go of my hand. I don't catch myself, and I land face first onto the pile of mud, my head hitting the ground so hard it makes me dizzy, and I can't collect my strength to pull myself up again. I'm almost out of breath, and drowning in the mud. "Come back! Pull me!" I yell. Anna comes back and grabs my hand and starts pulling me again. My stomach is getting torn up on the pavement of the road, but I don't mind. It's not as if that I had any other choice in the matter. We're safe now. She drags me around the ambulance onto the street, and we see 2 gurneys with bodies on them. They're wrapped in blankets and have a million tubes and bags surrounding them. She drags me over, and we realize that it's us on the gurneys. We freeze. Neither of us move. We don't know what to say. I think or do. We're both paralyzed at that point. I look down to the ground with my mouth open. I can hear the medics talking. "What happened to the male?" one of the medics asked. "Gunshot to the head. Get this, the guy ripped out half of his spine. He cut open his back and ripped out half his spine. I don't know how he did it. It probably used a saw or something. I don't know." The other medic replies. "And the female?" "Slit neck. Multiple stab wounds. Cuts all over the body. 2 missing fingers." The second medic says. "They've already done it. All they can do is stop the bleeding from her neck until they get to the hospital, and they're..." I look up and see a bright light from around the Anna that I'm with. She turns around and looks at me, crying. She disappears. I lower my head once again and start to sob. And then I hear something. I hear coughing. I look up and I see Anna trying to get out of bed, and the medics are trying their hardest to keep her down. She begins crying uncontrollably and screaming about how she could save me. She knows where I am. She looks over in the direction where she sees me, and I swear we make eye contact. And just as we do, I become so full of hope. I know I'm going to be saved. I crawl over to my bed where I am, and I wait. I never come back. The ambulance leaves. And so does Anna and the police. I sit here in the middle of nowhere, dead and alone. I begin to beat myself in the head with my fists, and then grab a rock, and I hear bones breaking, and I knock myself unconscious, but I wake up. Still sitting here, with a rock in my hand like nothing happened. Kill me! I start to scream. If I could, I would! Just do it! At that moment, I begin to hear whispers. It sounds like they're coming from all around me. I plug my ears, and then they become silent. I look around, and down the street, I think I see another black figure. I start crawling towards it. As I get closer, I realize it's a man in a black robe. He starts walking towards me as well. We get a couple of feet from each other, and I'm just staring at him. I can't see his face because of the robe, but I can see his hands. They're white with black, sharp fingernails. Who are you? I ask. Just kill me. As I finish my last sentence, the man grabs me by the throat, digs his fingernails into my neck, picks me up, and throws me into a brown burlap sack. He tightens the opening to it and walks off into the woods and disappears.